Hi everybody, I know it's a long time no see, but I've been just loving the same products, and I feel like when you're not trying as many new things, sometimes you don't feel like you should be making videos. But I thought I'd just go over what I've been using really almost for a year now. Some of them are a little bit newer, but the base of it is about a year old, and I feel like I see good results, and the best part is that everything is super affordable. Not spending a ton of money, and we all know when you spend a lot of money, often you feel like you don't want to use too much product. You're very sparing with everything, and you feel like, well, how much benefit can you get from products if you're, just dabbing a little bit on because you don't want to burn through it too quickly. So all of this stuff is super affordable, basically drugstore or, ordered off of Amazon. So there's nothing spectacular here, but all really effective. So I'll just start from the beginning. Still totally in love with the Cerave cleanser. This is the hydrating one for normal to dry skin. I think a big change for me is seeing that I've been able to balance my skin and almost like rehydrate it, because I didn't maybe have the best routine before. I was bouncing around to tons of different products, and I was maybe using things that were too harsh and drying out my skin, and I've just noticed a big improvement. I mean, it doesn't change the fact that I'm almost 56 years old. My skin is still my skin, but if I look at it 10 years ago, I think my skin looks better now, and I'm spending less money on it. So for sure, every day, my Cerave cleanser. Also, another thing I think has made a big difference is using an oil cleanser as my first cleanse. This one's great. I think it was Beauty by Anne-Marie that showed it one time, and I decided to try it. This is the Palmer's Cocoa Butter formula. Deep cleansing, brightening, removes makeup and impurities. It runs around $7. It lasts a long time. I went through one complete bottle, and I'm 3/4, let's say, through this bottle. It just breaks down the makeup, the mineral sunscreen, and then you're ready to cleanse your face. And I think that too, if you're not double cleansing, you're really not getting a good enough cleanse. And I think that could have been a problem why I would get breakouts, skin looked a bit dull. You're not getting it all off. So double cleansing, and it's so cheap, you can't go wrong with that. It's perfect. And this one has a pleasant smell. Then I would say my Cerave PM. I can't count how many of these I have went through. They're great. This one has the ceramides, the hyaluronic acid, and the niacinamide. So it's brightening, it's soothing, but yet it still feels light. I wear it during the day as well, because I'll use my own, sunscreen. They do have an AM that has I think an SPF 30 in it, and I've never tried that one. I just sort of stick with this. I can use it morning and night, and I think it works really well. Most people know about it now, but when you think of all this stuff is just all in the pharmacy section, where you just see these bottles before and go, well, what are those? They didn't look, there's no flash or there's no glamorous look to any of these products, but they're effective, so that's what counts. And often on top of that, this winter I picked up the Cerave in the tub, and this is much more of a big, heavy duty. Of course it's white, nothing shows, but this has a very light smell to it. This one doesn't have the niacinamide in it, but often I would use this as my final layer, especially during the brutal winter that we had this year. Terrible cold and everything. It just really calmed everything down. And when you're using Retin-a, often you need that. You need something to soothe your skin down, because when it's always turning over, sometimes it could feel a bit irritated. Then you add, the harsh elements on top of that. So that's been great. I mean, you can use this all over the body, the face. I wouldn't have thought to put this on the face, but of course I learned that from Dr.Dray. She's got tons of really fact-based information. And if you don't know her, you have to go check out her channel because she really knows her skincare. She's a dermatologist, so but you can't go wrong there. I've been continuing with my Retin-a. This is just the 0.05, so it's not, certainly by far not the strongest. I only started that back in July, so it hasn't even been a full year. But I notice the difference. When I'm up close in the mirror, I see the difference. I see it working. I tend to do my Retin-a only, for me, usually every second day. Sometimes there's 2 nights in a row, but more or less every second day. And peeling has been manageable, you know. And to help on the nights, I tend to use it at nighttime, but alternate nights, of course, it's white and it will probably not show very well. But this is the Ordinary, the lactic acid 10% with the hyaluronic acid. So on the nights that I'm not using my Retin-a, I'm using the lactic acid. And I feel like it's a good balance. It's not been that long, you know, that I started to use this. I just feel like, okay, that sort of helps get rid of some of that extra little bit of flakiness and gives you a brighter, smoother appearance to your skin in the morning. They say you can use it AM, PM, but I don't know. I guess that's a personal preference. I tend to just use it in the evening. I don't know if you're wondering, all these pumps, I put them all on my Ordinary products. First of all, I find it easier, especially this one's liquidy, and the other ones that are a little bit thicker, I feel like it's kept them a little more fluid, because when you're always opening the bottle, I find that sometimes they can get a bit sticky, tacky, like the Matrixyl and stuff. So I just have these extra pumps from the vitamin C serum that I always buy, and it comes with a dropper or a pump. So I've cleaned up and repurposed all my pumps. So one of the next things, I'm still using my my All Naturals Advice, the anti-aging vitamin C serum. It's 20% and it has vitamin E and hyaluronic acid. I like this serum. It's a good sized bottle. I get it off of Amazon and I've been enjoying it, so I haven't tested around other ones, but I do still enjoy my vitamin C. To help with some pigmentation, well, I don't know, of course it won't focus on it. This is the Ordinary, the Alpha Arbutin 2% and hyaluronic acid. So this one is to target pigmentation and brown spots, which I have, and I'm trying to diminish them. I find that it's been actually working quite well. I would say, well, you can't see it on the side, but I'm about halfway through this bottle, and I haven't had any irritation from it, and I have seen you know, some of the sunspots diminishing. So between that and vitamin C, I find it's been working well. And of course, you get your skin turnover from your Retin-a. The other product that I like to put on just before I put on my Cerave is the Matrixyl 10% with the hyaluronic acid. This one's good for fine lines and adds hydration. So I put like a pump or two, and then I put on my Cerave PM during the day usually. Yeah, that's pretty much been my go-to. That and this Aquaphor. I was almost addicted to chapsticks before. I was constantly putting them on. My lips always felt dry. It was like this rebound effect. And I was watching, of course, Dr.Dray, and she loves the Cerave, the healing ointment. But for some reason in Canada, I don't see it. And when I see it on Amazon, I find whoever's selling it is asking for too much. So I picked up the Aquaphor. It's also a healing ointment, sort of the same vein. It's multi-purpose, shows lips, hands, feet, you know, I guess your skin. I've used on the back of my hands. It really hydrates. It's like a petrolatum based ointment, but I just put that on my lips. And if you're putting some Retin-a close to your lips, I find it makes a nice barrier, that I haven't had any irritation around my mouth from using the Retin-a. So I usually always put this on as well. So these have been my like standout skincare that I feel has been working really great. for me, and my skin feels balanced, hydrated. My breakouts have been virtually zero, so that too, I feel like once you get your skin in a good place, that really helps. And with doing all of these things, I'm always wearing sunscreen. This just happens to be the I picked up another one, the Umbrelle. This is 100% mineral sunscreen that's tinted, so I feel like it works well under foundation. And I've been quite liking it. It's that ultra light type that you have to shake up first. But just to say, if you're double cleansing, getting everything off, and doing a very simple routine of a few products that most of them are under $15, and you can't go wrong. So anyways, I don't know, hopefully this was helpful to somebody, and give some of these products a try. And you got to go check out Dr. Dray's channel if you really want to learn about skincare. She's the lady to go see. So anyways, thanks for watching and have a great day.